Clash of Clans has just released some crazy defenses in the game. Ones that rope your troops and heroes from 15 tiles away into straight-up dead zones, 1000 DPS fire spitters, and a root rider destroyer. But are these Boom Beach clone defenses worth your time? I mean, they're complicated, pricey, time-consuming, and aren't even permanent. But a crafting phase will essentially be 3 months. Yeah, that's right. This set of crafted defenses rotates every month, meaning the Hook Tower, Flame Spinner, and the Crusher Mortar will be gone by mid-September. And going with them is every level that you've invested into them. This begs the question, are crafted defenses a good addition to Clash of Clans? Let's start with one of the strongest reactions players had when these crafted defenses were first revealed. The unnecessary complexity they bring to the game. One Reddit user puts it perfectly. I feel like Clash of Clans is becoming more complicated with each passing year. At some point, it stops being fun for casual players because everything gets so competitive and demanding. Adding 10 to 12 new defenses every year like the recent Crafted Tower just makes the game even more complex. There needs to be a line where you ask yourself, am I actually enjoying this new gameplay, or do I miss the simpler, more balanced experience we had up to Town Hall 16? And they're not wrong. The game is definitely becoming more complex, especially from a casual player's perspective. But here's the thing, most casual players aren't sitting at max Town Halls and probably will never be. These crafted defenses are strictly for the top tier and elite, and in that context, complexity might not be the real issue, but that doesn't mean they're not still a problem. One of the biggest frustrations surrounding the new rotating tower system is the time investment required to upgrade them, only to have them reset just a month after being maxed. Players are spending upwards of 2 months using multiple builders to grind through 30 levels of upgrades each, only to get a few weeks of use before the towers rotate out. As someone pointed out, the cycle demands a near constant commitment of at least one builder season after season, leaving players feeling like they're stuck in a repetitive and unrewarding loop. While the idea of shifting metas might be appealing in theory, in practice it's disheartening for players, especially free-to-play ones, who can't afford to just dump that many resources into defense that vanishes so quickly. However, supporters argue that you can use a tower while upgrading it, and that you'll have to max out all 90 levels if you focus only on essential modules like DPS or fire rate. But even then, the pressure to optimize performance in a short window makes the upgrade path feel mandatory, especially in high-level war and Legend League settings. As another Reddit user said, regardless of a supercharge, it's still something that's basically mandatory as it's an upgrade to your village's defense. Others emphasize that eventually your main base will be maxed, so this tower serves as a resource dump. But for many players, especially those still catching up, the thought of committing builders to something temporary feels wasteful when there are still core defenses and heroes to work on. In fact, a Redditor commented, Max Town Hall 17 player here, I do not like the concept of temporary upgrades at all. The post is pretty lengthy, so I'll sum it up here. She wrote, it gives max players more to do. I already have plenty to do. It's called playing the game on a level playing field. After years of grinding, finally being maxed was a milestone of pride. Supercharges were already frustrating with their temporary nature, but at least they were minor, quick, and affordable. Crafted defenses, however, are a whole different story. These require massive daily resource demands, 8 million gold / elixir, and 37,000 dark elixir for nearly 2 months just to be fully upgraded before they reset again. For casual players, that pace is unimaginable, and when time runs out, you're unmaxed again. That loop feels hollow. People upgrade to strengthen their base permanently, not to watch their effort vanish every season. Worse yet, this introduces a real pay-to-win gap. Early in a season, max vendors will have fully upgraded crafted defenses, while free-to-play players will lag behind. That affects competitive play in Legends League and Clan Wars. Imagine pushing for top 200 only to lose because opponents have overpowered towers you can't yet afford to build, or your war streak breaks because the enemy clan's cash advantage gives them stronger defenses. And the cycle, it resets every 3 months. You finally catch up only to fall behind again. Maybe there is a fix, carrying over levels, reducing upgrade times, or delaying resets until after Clan War League. But if not, for many max casual players, this entire system may just feel like a frustrating grind with no real reward. Some have proposed solutions to soften the blow, reducing the level cap to 15 or 20, extending tower cycles to 6 months, or removing the builder requirement entirely. These ideas stem from a desire to make upgrades feel meaningful and lasting rather than disposable. After all, progress in Clash of Clans has always been about building up your village, not watching parts of it disappear every season. The current system disproportionately benefits maxed out pay-to-win players, leaving casual or free-to-play players with little time to even catch up before the next cycle begins. Which, at the end of the day, is fair, since Supercell is a company and they need to make money somehow. But if these crafted defenses are here to stay, I recommend that the devs consider whether this high-investment, low-reward system truly fits the spirit of long-term progression that has kept the game thriving for over a decade. Aside from the daunting task of grinding through 90 upgrade levels every 3 months just to stay competitive, these new crafted defenses are honestly pretty fun. We can't just sit here and criticize everything the dev team releases. The Crusher Mortar, Hook Tower, and Flame Spinner are some of the coolest and most creative defense ideas we've seen in a long time. And really, that's the whole point of these crafted defenses, to shake things up and bring fresh gameplay mechanics into the mix. These defenses give the developers a space to experiment, testing out concepts that might be too strong, too weird, or too situational for permanent structures. Think of them like seasonal troops, but on defense. They rotate every 3 months, bringing in brand new mechanics each time, which adds variety and unpredictability to the game. Not only is that fun, but it also helps keep the meta from going stale, encouraging players to adapt their strategies more frequently than ever before. Speaking of which, the meta from 2 years ago compared to now has completely shifted. These days, it's all about RC charges paired with Brute Riders or Dragons, especially since the introduction of Electro Boots. So, the release of these slightly overpowered unique defenses will push players to cycle through new strategies. For example, using the Barbarian King as a bait against the Hook Tower is a clever tactic we're already starting to see. There are so many opportunities for creative plays and fresh approaches, all thanks to Clash of Clans' unique ideas. Or are they? You see, throughout this whole video, I've been praising the team for incorporating these ideas into Clash, because honestly, this feels like the future of the game. But the truth is, these ideas weren't entirely original. In fact, many of these concepts were directly borrowed from Boom Beach, and that's totally fine. The reality is, a good idea is just often a remix of existing ones. Reworking elements from a game that's no longer thriving is something the Clash team has done before, and will likely continue to do to keep Clash feeling fresh and exciting. If it makes the game more fun for players, then it's a smart move. Well, that's it for crafted defenses in Clash. We've seen how they bring fresh gameplay, shake up the meta, and let Supercell experiment with bold ideas, even if those ideas are borrowed from other games like Boom Beach. While the time and resources needed to upgrade them might frustrate some players, there's no denying the creativity and excitement they bring to the table. At the end of the day, these defenses are a glimpse into the evolving future of Clash. One where nothing stays still for long, strategies are constantly shifting, and maxed out players always have something new to chase. Whether you love them, hate them, or plan to leave them at level 1, one thing's for sure: Clash is far from running out of ideas. If you enjoyed this video, each of things to like this one next. Peace out and take care.